Thank you, Gary. Great opportunity to always speak to members of the Lafayette College community, and today's no exception. Dr. Alan Childs, faculty mentor here for the men's basketball team, and this is becoming a habit, you and I. Great to have you.
It's in my contract. I have to get one interview at least every season, so I'm glad to be here.
Exactly. Let's talk a little bit about some of the things you do as a faculty mentor. Obviously, we don't get to talk about that a lot, but being here with the basketball team, great kids, great people to work with. Coach O'Hanlon, tell me a little bit about some of your duties as that faculty mentor.
I've been doing this, by the way, for 28 years, so one of these days I'm going to get it right. But my first role is sort of as a liaison between the student athlete and the rest of the campus, so that I can sort of be their spokesperson, sort of an ombudsman, if you would. And so helping them navigate the academic side of life, the social side of life. I know the game of basketball. My son's a coach of basketball. Like I said, I've been doing this a long time. So I can, particularly with the first-year students and the second-year students, helping them make that transition into a highly demanding academic environment with a highly demanding athletic environment. But I also work with the coaches. They need to understand what the kids are going up in the classroom, in the laboratory, something I know a great deal about, so that I can make sure they understand what's pulling them in the other direction. And then also the social life on campus. I know a little bit about that, having been up on the campus. So the culture, other things that the students ought to be involved in, other than academics and athletics, would be involved in the cultural life of the campus, going to lectures, going to musical performances. So that they're rounded out, they're getting a liberal arts education here, and that's really, really important.
Yeah, and obviously introducing kids, the young kids, the freshmen, the sophomores, very important. So you do get involved with scheduling, things like that, having the kids understanding what class they need. And then obviously on the road, these kids miss a lot of class, and that's very important. They don't miss a lot, but they do miss some times where they got to make up tests.
Sure, and sometimes I can help them. Obviously, I'm not tutoring anybody in calculus or mechanical engineering.
Why not?
It's not my strength, but I can help them organize their time, think about priorities. Just being there, I think when I travel with the team, just being there as someone from the academic side, but often they'll come and ask me questions about such things as scheduling, although all of them have academic advisors permanently assigned to them from their major. But again, I'm just that extra layer, and I'm here at practices. I travel with them often so that I can be there just as a resource person, or I can find out what it is they need to do.
So let's turn the page a little bit. Let's talk to you a little bit about some of the alumni things you're getting into. I know Lafayette's huge this month in some January networking. I know Coach Garrett for the football team is going to be in Boston, in Philadelphia, in Chicago, things like that. Tell me a little bit about that. That's got to be really interesting to do.
I really enjoy that because it's really nice seeing former students, and now I'm meeting former students and their children. shows
we're not that old yet.
Where all that gray hair comes from. But the Alumni Association has a program, sort of faculty on the road, so that we go to, I went this spring, I went to Denver and to Chicago, two pretty nice places to visit, and go to the Alumni Association meeting and talk about something of current interest within my discipline of psychology. So we talked a little bit about how people make decisions, how they come to justify that which may not be true. So we get into a variety of issues of cognitive psychology or social behavior, which is, again, my academic strength. And I really enjoy that. Like I said, I get to see former students come up to me and remember a class. I mean, it just warms my heart. It's just an incredible experience to have somebody think kindly of you 20 years down the road.
Exactly, and that's got to be interesting. They probably ask you questions about, hey, haven't been back to campus, and then you say, get your butt back to campus, right?
Well, I'll talk a little bit about what's going on campus, what the issues are, things that have changed, the new buildings, and the other things that are going on. But mostly they want to know about people. They say, how's Professor so-and-so, or is so-and-so still there, is this the dean still there? And I can, again, be that link. And that's really what I do in my role with the basketball team and with the Alumni Association, is serve as a link, as a connection. And they seem to enjoy it. And even if I didn't have them in class, but I really enjoy seeing them.
Exactly. Let's quickly, you have 1 minute left here. Let's touch upon basketball. I mean, your son's the basketball coach at Easton. They're not off to a great 7-5 right now. They struggle. They went down hard to the Trojans a couple days ago, but bounced back against East Stroudsburg. Tell me about your involvement there and how much fun that must be.
I'm just a big fan and a dad. That's really what I do. My son is, as you said, and my grandson is the ball boy for Landon, is the ball boy for the team. But I'm so proud of my son. He's a Lafayette grad, class of 2000, and has been the head basketball coach. I guess he's in his 6th year, but I just admire so much what he can accomplish, watching him make those kids better players. But it means I see a lot of basketball games, sometimes 5 a week. but I love the game. I can't imagine being anywhere else. But he's doing a great job, and his staff. He has a great bunch of coaches that work with him, and they're up and down. But I think they're coming on strong. They come on stronger, kind of like the Leopards come on stronger at the end of the season.
And I'll bet he uses some of your psychology with those kids as well. Thank you so much for exactly. Thank you so much for a couple of minutes. We're becoming like summer all in Madden. I don't know if we're Laubach and Leon yet, but we're definitely becoming a group.
For a raise, I think we should be able to do that.
Back to you guys.
If Alan has a moment, John could use him. We'll be back.